Hi, I'm Wilson Cruz, and you're watching TrekCulture.
Hello everyone, and welcome to our video breaking down the teaser trailer that has just been released for Section 31, which is of course the upcoming movie which will be streaming on Paramount Plus. Yes, this is the first of our long treks, starring Academy Award-winning actress Michelle Yeoh, returning to the role of Emperor Philippa Georgiou. That was a lot to cram into one little opening there. I'm Sean Ferrick for TrekCulture. Hello, and how are you? And a very happy San Diego Comic-Con 2024 to everyone who gets to be there, and a very happy following bits of information like this to the rest of us who don't get to be there. But that's all right, that's okay. It's a big community online, isn't it? This is the first footage that has been released from Section 31, The Long Trek, and it's very much a teaser. So we don't have an awful lot of information as to what we can expect. So I'm going to break it down really quickly here, what we've seen, and then we're going to discuss it a little bit, okay? Before even a frame of footage plays, you get what looks like an explicit content warning. Misfit content is actually what's on it, and we can expect colourful metaphors. Now, where have I heard that before again? Some disintegration, which is always fun, I guess. Some Deltan fraternization. I mean, I can think of worse things to do on a Saturday. There's also references to unauthorized time jumps, and I guess what we know of Section 31 is that there must be some time jumping going on. Because think of just Georgiou's journey herself. We know, just to set the scene, we know that she started life in the 23rd century in the Mirror universe. She was brought over into the 23rd century in the Prime universe, and then she was catapulted into the 32nd century Prime universe only for Carl to send her back in time. We now know, because of some characters who are in this long trek, that she's landed in what seems to be either the very late 23rd century or the early 24th. It seems as well that we're going to be getting something of a backstory for Georgiou from effectively what looks like the day she became emperor. Miku Martineau has been cast as a younger Georgiou for this long trek, so that's actually nice information, nice new information that we got from this teaser. The context is that she seems to have either suffered the death of her family or possibly was responsible for the death of her family. She doesn't seem too happy about it, but I wonder if it's something like a coming of age ritual or maybe a rite of passage to become the emperor, because in the very next shot, she's being, well, effectively crowned. She's given that gorgeous shoulder adornment and her cape, and then some, I think, unlucky person is on their knees in front of her because she's got her sword right beside their ear. I've got a feeling we're going to see that sword swing. As well, we get this nice slow-mo shot of her seemingly walking with her feet drenched in blood. Now, I don't know if this is going to be a literal scene or if it's going to be maybe a dream sequence. Perhaps this is Georgiou in the course of her duties for Section 31, remembering some of the things that made her what she was. Now, it's not all doom and gloom, as we can see. Georgiou is hanging out in what looks like a pretty cool alien club. Now, the singer grabbed my eye straight away, because although I don't actually have the name of this alien species because they haven't been named, this is clearly one of the same aliens that we saw at the end of Star Trek Beyond. That alien, who was played by Ashley Edner, was seen conversing with Chekhov as he was trying to tell her that Scotch was invented by a little old lady in Russia. We've seen this alien once before, actually, on a deck of cards in Star Trek Discovery's 4th season. We then get Omari Hardwick introducing us, if you like, to Georgiou, just reminding us, yeah, you remember Georgiou? Yeah, the tyrant who killed millions of her own people. He's looking well, so is she. We get our first great shot of Michelle Yeoh in the trailer. I am already excited. We get then as well a bit of a quick sort of flash through the rest of the cast. The cast were announced beforehand, but we get our first look at them. First, we got Sven Roigrok, who seems to be playing, I'm assuming Vulcan, but of course he could be Romulan, and he's done up as if he's going to the club with the rest of the tech bros. So interesting hairstyle for this Vulcan. You know what? I'm here for it. Why not? We get Casey Roll, who we know is playing Rachel Garrett, thanks to that fantastic Variety article. And I am so curious to see how she's going to play into the overall plot. It was suggested in the Variety article that her role is more of a, maybe not so much a cameo, but certainly not a leading part. It seems as though she is definitely in a position of authority here. We see her cycling through hairstyles as well. It's very season 1 Voyager. But yeah, I mean, blue suits her. Blue suits them all. There's a lot of blue in this trailer, actually. Then we get shots of Robert Krasinski, who is, I'm just going to say it right now, he's not part Borg. It would be way too early in the timeline for Borg, but there's definitely some sort of mech suit thing going on here. I have a feeling he's very much the muscle of the group. Full disclosure, folks, this is our first insert, as in I have put the phone back up to film again of the night, which actually I'm quite proud about, I'm not going to lie to you, because I filmed the breakdown for the Section 31 teaser a little while ago. I have no idea what time it is anymore. And this is information we've just got. So what you will not see now is me theorizing on the genesis of Sam Richardson's character's eyes. They remind me a little bit of, old Yellow Eyes himself, Data, maybe it's cybernetic. All of that's been scrapped because it has been revealed that Sam Richardson's character is a comaloid. Now, you're probably going, okay, tell me more. And I will. The comaloids were introduced in Star Trek VI: The Undiscovered Country. The character of Marta, as played by Iman, seemed to be helping Kirk and McCoy escape from Rhodopente. Now, they were, of course, the test bed, if you like, for the changelings that would appear in DS9. I know there's obviously other versions of shapeshifters as well, but specifically, these comaloids appeared in that movie, and you can see, okay, the eyes absolutely match, and I am totally here for it. There has been discussion in fandom for a long time that the comaloids are in fact one of, just the infants that were sent out by the changelings as we discovered in Deep Space Nine. That's never actually been confirmed though, so it'd be nice to see if they actually will cross over, or if in fact, nope, they are just another race altogether. They are shapeshifters. There happens to be 2 shapeshifting species in the galaxy. Well, more if you think of the Vendronians as well. There's quite a few of them. Just another little point on Casey Roll as well. Obviously, taking on a legacy character comes with pressure. She gave an interview where she just said how excited she was, and how she gave a big shout out to Trisha O'Neill, who of course originated the role in Yesterday's Enterprise. Something that Casey said she has watched time and time and time again to get into the part. Because of course, Rachel Garrett doesn't have an awful lot of screen time in Yesterday's Enterprise. I think that, it's wide open what she can do with this character. And frankly, I'm very excited to see where they go with it. We get a great shot as well of Humberly Gonzalez, who I'm taking from the context of that warning label in the beginning of the teaser, that she's playing a Deltan character. And although she won't be the first Deltan on screen since Ilea in the motion picture, we haven't really had much Deltan work since 1979. So I would like to see that explored a little bit, if possible. If she is indeed playing a Deltan, perhaps she just likes a close haircut. Then things change up, or seem to change up a little bit, because we get the suggestion that there might be some universe hopping going on, because there is a scene in which Georgiou is stood in full Emperor paraphernalia. And this could be literal, in that she could be sitting there, this could be her in the Mirror universe. And someone who I take to be Omari Hardwick's character kneeling and presenting her with what looks like a small piece of tech that we earlier on see him getting, absolutely clobbered in the face by someone trying to possibly steal it off him. So for those 2 scenes, I'm wondering, are they literally in the Mirror universe and she's playing the role of the Emperor again, if you like? Or is this more of a dream sequence that she is imagining herself in her regal persona again? Or is this something else altogether, and perhaps they're just cracking out the uniforms for a bit of cosplay? Because why wouldn't you? Maybe a bit of LARPing. We get a quick shot then of someone who's having a very hot night as they burn to death. Another flash that actually supports that there might be some Terran-ness going on is that in the middle of a fight, and Georgiou is in her more kind of familiar season 2 of Discovery uniform, if you like, someone seems to be attacking her with her own sword. I'm thinking there might be some crossovers here. What I will say though about this teaser is it was very much just that. It was a teaser. We get a lot of quick flash imagery. We see a lot of fighting, we see swordplay, we see explosions. We see a lot, considering this is not a long teaser, we see a lot of explosions. We do get a nice quick shot of what I'm taking to be their ship. It's very Star Wars, it's very smuggler, it's very not Federation. And if you like, I mean, Garrett herself describes Section 31 as, black ops, spy work. Starfleet's just here to make sure that, no one gets murdered. To which Georgiou says, well, that's a cute idea. This is a teaser that I think this knows what it is. This is going to be fun. There will be high stakes, there will be low stakes. I think a lot of this will be about just letting Michelle Yeoh let loose. I don't think it's going to do an awful lot to win new fans over to, the Discovery aesthetic, if you like. I think we're so deep into it now. However, I could be eating those words next year. That was the other reveal. So next year, we'll see the release of Section 31. We had wondered on the channel whether this was going to be a late 2024, but no, this will be 2025. While we're waiting, we can just have a couple of snacks, like, I don't know, some eyeballs on a cocktail stick. I mean, listen, I've eaten stranger on a bet. One last thing that kind of stood out to me was there's a scene where the crew is walking out of what looks like a bunker. They've just escaped. And Garrett's phaser, we can only see the butt of it because it's holstered. And technically, so this is a funny one, the phaser that we've only seen Garrett have in the past, which is in yesterday's Enterprise, were the phasers that were used in Star Trek, the motion picture, and Star Trek II, The Wrath of Khan, which doesn't really make sense because Star Trek 3 had its own phaser, as did Star Trek 5 and 6. They had the assault phaser, and then obviously Starfleet reverted back to the Star Trek 2 phaser. However, we've seen very recently, in fact, that when resources are a bit tight, we'll just do a little bit of, recycling older tech. Absolutely fine. Looking forward to it. This seems like, I think this is going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be available to stream on Paramount Plus. This long trek hopefully will be the first of many. Remember, folks, it's in everyone's best interest to support projects like this and to make sure they get the views and get the numbers, because that's how we will encourage Paramount to make more content. Do give it a go. Please get talking about it. What do you think from this trailer? What are you most excited about? What are you not at all excited about? And we want to know. Thank you very much for watching along. We are going to break down the Lower Decks teaser trailer. We'll be breaking down the scene that was released from Strange New Worlds, and there will be other bits and bobs as well. Folks, you are awesome. You are wonderful. Thank you so much. Please like, share, and subscribe. It makes such a difference when you do. I will see you probably very, very soon. Live long and prosper till then. Thanks very much.